Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am going to make this really short and sweet because I have the largest empties that I have ever filmed on my channel, and I would lift the basket, but it is overflowing and I'm afraid it would spill everywhere. So if you guys would like to see my thoughts on the products that I used up recently, then just keep watching. I used up one of my favorite hand creams. This is by Bath & Body Works. It's part of their True Blue Spa range. This is the Paraffin Super Softening Hand Lotion. This is just really nice. It has a light lemony scent, nothing too overpowering, and this sinks into the skin so quickly and is super moisturizing. So I like that because it doesn't leave that sticky feel in your hands. And I have this at work, in my purse, and here in my nightstand at home, and I definitely would repurchase. I used up the Victoria's Secret Ultra Rich Cream Wash. This was in the scent Passion Flower. This was so nice and I love this range. I would definitely repurchase. This was just really creamy. It really lathered up and it was beautiful. It really filled my entire bathroom with the scent and I loved that so much. The fragrance was really light but still florally and feminine. I love this and I would definitely repurchase these. I finished up two hand soaps. The first is by J.R. Watkins. This is the foaming hand soap in the scent Aloe and Green Tea. It's just really light and refreshing. I love these foaming hand soaps. This one is by a really natural brand and I pick it up at Target. I would repurchase. And the Yardley's English Lavender Hand Soap is so nice. I love lavender, especially as an essential oil. I always am diffusing that in my house, and this is just really calming and nice, and I love this hand soap. I would repurchase this as well. I finished the Bath & Body Works Pink Cashmere Body Wash. This is really nice, especially for the summertime. I love the scent, but for the winter I need something a little more hydrating, kind of like the Victoria's Secret one I mentioned, but I would repurchase these for the spring and summertime. I used the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Cushion. I did a full review and demo of this when it first came out last winter. I will link that down below. I like this. This shade definitely did not match my winter skin, so I kind of just had to declutter it because it's pretty much dried up by now. I found myself not reaching for it. So while I did like the formula, it was lighter coverage that you really had to build up, so I felt like you had to work with it a little more, and I just never reached for it. So I would not repurchase, but it is a really nice foundation. I used the First Aid Beauty Pure Skin Facial Cleanser. This is just a really simple, gentle cleanser. It's great for sensitive skin. Those of you with eczema or psoriasis, I think that is what this line is made for, but I think it would be great for everyone. I have dry skin and I really like this, and it didn't irritate me at all. I totally would repurchase, and I actually think I might have one or two other tubes of this in the basket. Because I haven't filmed an empties video in a couple of months, I actually have 7 Bath & Body Works candles that I burn through. I love the 3-wick candles, and I pretty much have one in every single room of my house, so I go through quite a bit. The first one is one of the White Barn candles. This is the Pure White Cotton, and this is just really fresh and clean. I love this. It smells like fresh laundry, and this is a blend of sea air, creamy white coconut, gardenia petals, and crisp cotton sheets. And this is kind of sticky. If you guys have ever filmed empties videos, probably most of you haven't, but the basket gets so wet and like sticky and dirty, and when you grab things you just don't know what you're touching, but something leaked, but I really liked this candle. I also finished the Coconut Sandalwood. I think this was part of the summer line. I love anything with coconut and sandalwood, so these together was really a dream. This had coconut, sandalwood, and jasmine, and I would repurchase. One of my favorite summer candles, this is the Turquoise Waters. I have several backups already of this. This is Sea Spray, Beach Grass, and Ocean Waters. To me, it just smells like the beach. Really fresh and clean, and I love this. I used up the Nantucket Sail Candle, and something about this I didn't really love. At first when I smell it, I like it, but it's really overpowering and the throw is very strong. So I probably wouldn't repurchase this one. It had driftwood and grapefruit, and my husband really liked it, but I didn't like it so much. This one, on the other hand, the Flannel Candle, is amazing. It is one of the best winter scents, and I just recently finished burning this. It kind of smells wintry, but it has like a men's cologne scent as well in there. It has a bergamot, mahogany, and musk, and if you guys have not smelled this one, you should definitely check it out. It is so nice. Two more. I have the New York Beautiful Day scent. This is one of my favorite scents from Bath & Body Works, and it has apple, peonies, and daisies, and I feel like it's just really light and fresh. I love this one especially for the springtime. And the last one I just finished burning in my living room. This is the pumpkin spiced cheesecake. I don't too often burn like sweet scents, but this one I really liked. It smelled like cheesecake, pumpkin, fresh cream, and a golden crust. And what I really liked about it was it smelled like I was baking a pie in my kitchen whenever I burned this, so I really liked it. Of course, it probably made me eat a few more sweets than I normally do, but I loved it anyways, and I would repurchase this scent. This is kind of random, but I thought I would throw this in there. I finished up one of the Shiseido facial cottons, and it seems kind of unnecessary, but this is the softest cotton I have ever felt. I've already ordered a backup during the Sephora VIB sale haul that I made. I will leave that down below if you guys have not seen it, but this is so nice, and if you guys want to treat yourself, pick these up. They are really nice on the skin. They don't leave behind those like cottony pieces on your skin when you take off your makeup or you use your skincare, so definitely check this out if you are looking to treat yourself, and it is so nice. I finished up a couple dry shampoos. I finished 2 Ebates dry shampoos. This one is the fresh scent, my favorite one. I will always repurchase this. I love this, and it just does the best job of cleaning my hair without leaving a lot of gunky residue. And I also finished a little mini of the original scent. I love the mini size to throw in my purse or in my gym bag. Definitely for the go, and for travel, these are great. And I finished up the Dove Refresh Plus Care Volume Dry Shampoo. I like the Dove, not as much as I like the Batiste, but my husband really likes these and he uses them, so we definitely go through this as well. So recently I've been trying not to buy very many products, and I've been trying to use up all of my old stuff, and this was in my hair care bin, and it is really old. It is the Healthy Sexy Hair Soy Tri-Wheat Leave-In Conditioner. I purchased this a really long time ago based off of a recommendation on YouTube. I ended up not liking it. I didn't really think it did that great of a job detangling my hair, and I didn't really care for the scent, so I ended up just dumping this out, and I am going to recycle the bottle. But if I were you guys, I would not repurchase, or I wouldn't repurchase for myself, and I wouldn't recommend this because I much prefer the It's a 10 leave-in conditioner to this. It just does such a great job of detangling and really softens the hair, so I would pass on this. I used another Victoria's Secret Ultra Rich Cream Wash in the scent Coconut Milk. Again, I love these. I went through so much body wash. I finished the Aveeno Stress Relief Body Wash, and this is calming, and it's supposed to relax you, and I find that these are really great for dry skin. Sometimes my skin gets kind of itchy because I do have eczema, and this really helps with that. And I think the reason I go through so much body wash is I share with my husband, so I'm not using this all by myself, but I did finish a lot recently. I'm so sad to have finished this. This is the Desange Paris Balancing Shampoo with Purifying Clay. It's supposed to be for oily roots and dry ends, and that is exactly my hair type, so I was really glad when I saw this. This actually came, I think, in a Target beauty box, but I used it all up. I definitely am going to repurchase as soon as I finish several shampoos that I already own, but I love this. If you guys are looking for something for that hair type, definitely check this out. It's great at purifying and kind of clarifying the hair. I used it once a week, and it's amazing. I finished the Bath & Body Works Sugar Cane Scrub in the scent Iced Pear Margarita. I love these. This one really smelled like a margarita, and it was a nice exfoliator for the shower. I do prefer the ones in the pot from Bath & Body Works, and I also really like the Tree Hut Shea Sugar Scrubs. Those are my favorite, but if you guys are looking for one that I really would recommend, this one's a nice one. Speaking of the Tree Hut Shea Sugar Scrub, I finished up a little travel size of one. Really like this. This is the Coconut Lime scent, and I will forever repurchase this scent. I love it, and these just do the best job. I saw these recently at Walmart, and I know you can also pick them up at Ulta. I recently finished up the Up and Up Splendid White Whitening Wraps, and this came with 7 upper and 7 lower wraps. And normally I love Up and Up. I feel like their products are very comparable to other brands, but they provide them at a much more affordable cost. But this for me just really missed the mark. I expected it to be like the Crest white strips with the little strips that you put on your teeth, but instead this came with these like waxy trays almost that you put in your teeth, and they molded to your teeth. And I just found that they did whiten, but I didn't like the method in which they used, so I wouldn't repurchase this. I would definitely get just the regular Crest white strips. They do a really great job. I finished up 2 facial sprays. The first is by Pixi by Petra. You can pick this line up at Target. This is the Hydrating Milky Mist with hyaluronic acid and black oat. I really enjoyed this. I think that this is a beautiful spray. I especially love the spray nozzle on this. It just came out with such a fine mist. It was really hydrating, and I loved applying this before I put on my makeup or after my makeup, just to kind of take away any powderiness to my look, and this was really nice. I would repurchase. And I also finished up the Amore Pacific Moisture Bound Skin Energy Hydrating Delivery System. I like this. I think it did a nice job. However, the scent was really beautiful, but just too strong for a facial mist. I feel like I want something that I'm going to spray on my face that isn't like a fragrance itself. So it was too overpowering for me, so I wouldn't repurchase this. I used up 2 packs of the Up and Up makeup removing cleansing towelettes. They're supposed to be like the Neutrogena ones. I like these. These were heavily fragranced. I do prefer the simple ones, so I probably would repurchase those. I've got 2 more hand soaps. This is the Method Nourishing Hand Wash. This is the olive leaf scent. One of my favorites. I definitely will repurchase. And my favorite hand soap, the Mrs. Meyer's Clean Day hand soap. This smells like honeysuckle, and it is like a springtime dream. This is my favorite. I have another bottle of Batiste. This is the tropical scent. I really like this one for the summertime. I feel like they all work pretty much the same, just the scents are different, so I really like this one. I finished up the Biore Deep Cleansing Pore Strips. I find myself so intrigued every time I pull these off my nose or my chin, and I get all of the gunk out, and I don't know why that's so satisfying, but it really is. If you're looking for something to kind of declog your pores, check these out. They work really well. I also used up the Murad AHA BHA Exfoliating Cleanser. This has a physical exfoliant, the jojoba beads, and a chemical exfoliant, the AHA BHA complex in there. This works so well. It leaves my skin baby soft. This is one of my favorite cleansers that has like a treatment involved. I really love this, and Murad as a brand is so nice, and this is one of my favorite products. Another scrub I finished up was the St. Ives Fresh Skin Apricot Scrub. This was nice. It was a little too abrasive for my face, so I found myself using it just kind of on my body, and I really liked it for that purpose, but it's not my favorite scrub, so I probably wouldn't repurchase. I think this came in like a Walmart box. And I used up the Fresh Soy Face Cleanser. This was part of the birthday gift for this year at Sephora, and I do really like the face mask version of the kit, but the face cleanser just to me smelled so gross, and it kind of was slimy, and I didn't feel like it worked that well at removing makeup and dirt and oil and stuff, so I wouldn't repurchase this. It was definitely not my favorite. I used an EOS shave cream. This is the Lavender Jasmine scent. This is very hydrating. I have already repurchased, and this is already in my shower right now. I love it so much. Very hydrating, and it's just an awesome shave cream. Next, this might be kind of weird, but I used up an Old Spice antiperspirant. This is in the scent Bear Glove, and it is a men's deodorant. I do use it, and to me it kind of smells like candy, and I really like it. And the reason that I chose this was because I do kind of sweat a little extra than maybe other girls. I don't know, but the deodorants that I was using for women just really weren't enough, and I didn't really like the clinical strength. I didn't find that it was doing anything. This works really well, and it just kind of gets rid of all the sweat and odor, and it works for me. I already have repurchased, and I love it. If you guys are like me and you have that issue, definitely check this out. It works so well. I used up the Sunday Riley Good Jeans. This is a a lactic acid treatment. This is all of the hype on YouTube right now, and I really did like it. I found that it evened out my skin tone and really brightened my skin. I think that it works really well. It's just so pricey. I do want to repurchase this at some point. Right now, I wanted to test out the Drunk Elephant glycolic serum, so I am using that right now, and the verdict is still out, but I like this. I probably will come back to it one day, and if you guys are looking for a really great lactic acid treatment, I would check this one out. I used up 2 of the Biore charcoal pore strips. They are really comparable to the regular pore strips for me. I thought that they were kind of cool with the charcoal in them. I think that's kind of really popular in the beauty market right now, and I did like them. So if you guys are looking for pore strips, I would also check out the charcoal. They work really well. I used up my favorite foundation. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte. I used the shade 103 Natural Buff, and because I ran out, I had to go pick up a new one, so I just repurchased. This is probably my 4th or 5th tube, and I just repurchased, like I said, and I have a couple other shades in my collection. It's just such a great foundation. It lasts all day. It is matte, but not too flat, and the coverage is unbeatable. I have used so many high-end foundations, and I keep going back to this because it's just that great. I finished up a mini of the Chlorine dry shampoo. This is probably my favorite high-end dry shampoo. I was going back and forth in my head, like, do I like the Living Proof more or the Chlorine? And honestly, I think I like this one more. The scent is amazing, and I feel like it works just a little bit better than the Living Proof. So if I were to repurchase a high-end dry shampoo, I think I would get this one. As usual, I finished up a ton of sheet masks. I love the Sephora collection and the Tony Moly sheet masks. I've already repurchased both, and honestly, they all work pretty much the same to me. I think that they're both great. I use the brightening facial mask, the pore care, the moisturizing, and the elasticity, and they're really great, and I would highly recommend them. I also use the Sephora collection algae face mask. I really like that, and the rose one I've already repurchased, like I said, and they're so great. And I'm finding stuck to them is a little Eco Tools makeup brush cleansing cloth. I think this came in like a sample or something. I did not like this. I didn't find that they worked well at all cleaning my makeup brushes, so I would not recommend that. Next up, I have the Hello fluoride-free toothpaste in Natural Sweet Mint. I didn't really like this. The texture was kind of weird, and honestly, I don't really care if my toothpaste has fluoride or doesn't have fluoride. I don't really care, but this I just picked up because it was on an end cap at Target. It was on clearance. I thought, hey, that kind of looks cool. Honestly, I was sucked in by the packaging, and it ended up being okay, but I wouldn't repurchase. I used up a Boscia Makeup Breakup Cool Cleansing Oil. I try so many different cleansing oils, and I keep coming back to this one. I already have a backup in my collection. It just works the best at breaking down makeup. It's one of the fastest ways to truly remove all your makeup. So if you guys are looking for a really great cleansing oil, I would highly recommend this one. I used up the Alba Botanica Hawaiian 3-in-1 Cleansing Towelettes. I think I got this at Marshall's or something. These smelled like pineapple. They smelled really great, but I found that they actually didn't do that great of a job at removing my makeup. So while they are all natural and I like this brand, I wouldn't repurchase. I used up a Beauty Blender and a Beauty Blender Solid Cleanser. First of all, the Beauty Blender is my favorite makeup sponge. The black one in particular I find is really nice. I don't know why, but I like it the best. I feel like maybe because it doesn't show any dirt, but this, when you get it damp, it kind of expands, and it just is really great for blending out foundation and making it look flawless and airbrushed. And the solid cleanser, I don't know what they put in this little bar of soap, but it works so well, and it comes with like a little cleaning sponge, and you just dip your brush or your sponge in here and it gets everything out. I would repurchase this as well. I finished up 3 mascaras, and I only really liked one of them. The one that I liked was the Lancome Hypnose Drama, and this had a really nice wand on it. It was kind of curved, and I found that the formula got better as it dried out a little bit. It was really wet at first, and what I liked about this was the wand. Like I said, it's curved, so I found that it was really easy to get to the base and really lift. I found that this added a lot of volume. It did clump up pretty quickly if you weren't careful, so this isn't my favorite mascara, but I did like it. The Maybelline The Falsies Push Up Drama, drama. This had a plastic bristle wand, and it did get better as it dried out, but I didn't like it very much. I found that my lashes stuck together right away with this and just clumped up. I wouldn't repurchase this, and I just didn't think it was the best mascara that Maybelline makes. If you guys are looking for a good one, the what is it, the Full Fan Effect is so good, but this one not so much. And I used up the Revlon Ultimate All-in-One Mascara. This is such a weird little wand. It's very tiny, and I did like it for the lower lashes, but my issue with this was it really never truly like dried down. It just kept like a tacky, sticky feel, and it smeared so easily, so I wouldn't repurchase this, and I found it to be very disappointing. I used up the Kate Somerville Exfoliate. This is an intensive exfoliating treatment. I believe it does have pumpkin enzyme in there, and it is a chemical exfoliant, and honestly, it does kind of tingle and burn a little bit, so you do have to be careful. If you have really sensitive skin, I think that they do make a more sensitive version, but this was a great treatment. I used it about once a week. I really like it. It smells like clove and cinnamon and pumpkin, and it's a really great way to treat yourself if you're looking for a more high-end skincare product. I thought I would include these because they are samples that I tried out, and I really just thought that they were such a fail, and I really wanted to let you guys know my thoughts. This is the Urban Decay All Nighter. I tried the shade 4.0 and 3.0, and at first glance, I thought that 4.0 was going to be the perfect match for me, but this oxidized so quickly, several shades, and then 3.0 was just a little too light, but then after a while, it really did match my skin. My issue with this is that it is so full coverage and thick, and you have to work very quickly because it dries down and it does not budge, and it is very long lasting. I feel like if you have acne scars or a really bad redness, this might work for you, but for me, it just looked like I was putting a mask on my face. The one day that I used it, it was just so much for me that I actually had to wipe everything off and just restart with a different foundation. So I wouldn't recommend this. I wouldn't purchase a bottle of this, but I did want to include it. So I started going through my makeup collection, and I decluttered both of these items. This is the Tarte Lip Surgeon Matte Lip Tint in the shade Fancy, and you guys can't see this, maybe you can, but there is a white film around the outside of this, so I think it's just gone bad, and I am going to toss it. And then also the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil Bronzer. This for me, I love this bronzer, but this, you can't really see it, but it got hard pan, and I really couldn't get any product out of there. I even tried like scraping the top off, and it still just really would not work for me. And I have recently gotten a new one in the full size, so I'm just gonna get rid of this because it's really no good anymore. Same thing goes for this Tarte Lip Surgeon in the shade Eternal. Again, it just got that really gross white film on the top. If you guys have any of these and have had that happen, what is that? Is it mold? Let me know down below. I'm really curious. I also used up 3 nail polishes. The first is the Nail Rehab by Sally Hansen. I used it down as far as I could, and then it kind of got gloopy. This is just kind of to strengthen and make your nails really healthy. I did like this. And I used the Sally Hansen Complete Salon Manicure. This was a beautiful sort of like light baby pink color. I like the wand on this. It's really thick, but for me, this just kind of got old and gloopy, and I couldn't use it anymore. And my favorite nail polish probably of all time is Essie Butler Please. This color is just gorgeous, but for me, I've pretty much used it all up. I can't get any more out of here, even though it still looks like there's something in there. It's all gone, so I'm calling it a day on this and repurchasing, but these nail polishes were all ones that I've decluttered or have used up. I used up a small size of the It's a 10 Miracle Leave-In Light. This is just like the regular, but it's made for thin hair so that it doesn't weigh it down. This detangles like no other, and it really leaves your hair soft and bouncy. I love this, and I will always repurchase. I also finished up the CVS oil absorbing sheets. I really like these, and honestly, recently, while I still do have very dry skin, I've noticed myself getting oily kind of in the T-zone, so I'm wondering if my skin is changing more to combo. I don't know, but I really have been enjoying these. I used up the Origins Plant-Scription Youth Renewing Face Oil. I really like this. It was a beautiful oil, very hydrating. I liked mixing this in with my makeup or putting it on at night and mixing it in with my face creams. It just was very hydrating and lovely, and I would repurchase. I also used up the Herborian Yuza Double Lotion. I used this as a toner. It was very hydrating. This came in a Sephora Favorites kit with a bunch of K-beauty products, and this is a Korean beauty product. It was so cool and very unique, and I loved it, and I would consider repurchasing. I finished up an Origins Ginseng Energy Boosting Moisturizer. I've used up many of these in the past. I love this little moisturizer, especially for the daytime. It's really nice, and I would repurchase. I also finished up the L'Oreal Revitalift Volume Filler Moisturizer. This I kind of used more as a moisturizer and a primer. It really did fill in all of the pores and make your skin so smooth. This was really great. It reminded me of the Benefit Professional, kind of like that silicone-y feeling, and makeup went on top of this so beautifully. I finished up 2 more items from First Aid Beauty. The facial cleanser, again, I've used before and love, and the facial radiance pads. I would consider purchasing a full size of this. This little pack did dry out really quickly, but the first couple were very nice, and I would want to try out some more. I used up the L'Occitane Almond Oil. This was very hydrating, but I didn't really like the scent, so I wouldn't repurchase. I used the Laneige Water Bank Moisture Cream. I've had this before and really enjoyed it. It's very light and sinks into the skin, yet it's still very hydrating. One of my favorite facial moisturizers. I think I got this in like a Sephora beauty box or something, but this is the Briogeo Don't Despair Repair Deep Conditioning Mask. I didn't really care for the scent, but I think it worked really well. I probably wouldn't repurchase. I do prefer the Macadamia Deep Repair Mask over this, but it was nice. And last but not least, I used up the Malin & Getz Clarifying Clay Mask. This had really gritty particles in it that were just a little too abrasive for my skin. So while it did kind of draw out impurities, I would much prefer the Glam Glow Super Mud Mask, so I wouldn't repurchase this. Alright guys, you made it to the end. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please hit the thumbs up button if you do love Empties, and I will leave my playlist down below if you guys want to binge watch a bunch of my previous Empties. And if you guys are not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. It will notify you of future videos I post, and I want to thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch my video, and I will see you guys next time.